Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's Admiral Revan speaking. Hope you're doing well. I'm very excited with this wonderful news. Be prepared to strap yourselves in. Get ready to dive right into it with me because we're about to sail away with excitement, thrilled with tears of love and joy and happiness as we read the lovely dev blog together and bring you up to date. So I have to say it is a wonderful time and a great momentous occasion, as I have been reading this dev blog before the 4th of July, and I was actually very thrilled about this, and now we get to announce it. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it is great to be here. My friends, I'm very excited for you all. I'm very happy for you because patch 14.7, it all began with a long time ago in a galaxy far away. 80 years ago, in fact, was the end of the Second World War. And I have to say that Wargaming has come out swinging with some great stuff for us all for the 10-year anniversary for World of Warships. And it is a great opportunity for us all to get some great stuff. Apparently that they are bringing out 3 historical based operations that will be based on the historical events, along with the brand new Dockyard featuring the tier 10 American destroyer called the Laffey, and there's going to be some key naval battles and missions and stuff like that along the way, and we're going to get ready to dive right into it because apparently, as you do in the Name of Tomorrow event, you will be able to acquire the San Deigo for free if you haven't got it already. And at the same time though, if you already got the ship, well, there's some great news at the end of the tunnel. Apparently, as you complete the missions and stuff like that, what you need to do, you're going to get some compensation for it, which is 11,000 doubloons, which is actually pretty damn sweet. And that's a great opportunity all around. But wait for it, hang on, before we get right into it, let's go ahead and start talking about the 10-year anniversary for the World of Warships community. So 10 years ago, that has been a while. I have to say that I played the game for 10 years, ever since the alpha and beta test, and it has been a big journey from the beginning of the franchise, and it has evolved a lot over the years. So we are going to be celebrating 10 years of great shenanigans and anniversary for the World of Warships game. And it's a great opportunity to commemorate this momentous occasion that Wargaming will be launching a multi-update Grand Voyage event. So it's going to be going all the way throughout the rest of the year. So they're going to kick in with 3 major activities with some interesting rewards and bundles behind it. It's entitled Welcome Bonus, Daily Rewards, and also the GQ Johnny missions. Now, if you haven't got the GQ Johnny, this is a great opportunity for you to get it. So if you haven't got the GQ Johnny warship yet, you do have an opportunity to get it. So don't stress out, folks, because this is a great opportunity now to listen into it, and here's a bit of a reason why. So, well, there's going to be an opportunity and a half that apparently there's so much to battle for, and you can earn up to at least 32,000 Voyage Tokens and exchange them at a rate 1-to-1 for doubloons or steel. Wait a minute, did I read that right? Yes, I did. So apparently you can trade in 32,000 Voyage Tokens and exchange them at a rate 1-to-1 for doubloons or steel. So you can get at least 32,000 doubloons or 32,000 steel. Wow, that's incredible. And it's going to be a dedicated tab in the armory in the near future, so be prepared for that. So let's talk about the welcome bonus. So the welcome bonus is a grand voyage activity that you will encounter when entering inside the game that you can partake and earn up to 10,000 voyage tokens, which is pretty damn sweet. Log in at any time between the August 6th and the 30th of November, so keep in mind about that, to activate a special mission, simple mission, participate at least one of any kind of battle to earn 350 voyage tokens, which is pretty sweet overall. You can complete this mission up to 24 times, but only once per day. So keep that in mind. So you log on in between, obviously, August 6th to November 30th, and participate in any battle, at least play once, and you get 350 tokens, and then continue it, but with the onus of 24 times. However, once activated, this mission will be available until the 31st of December 2025. So if you complete the mission all of 24 available times by playing at least one battle on 24 separate days, you'll get an additional bonus reward of 1600 Voyage Tokens. That's pretty doable. So that's actually pretty nice. The 24 days, on the other hand, though, doesn't need to be consecutive, like back to back, but you can spread the love of your battles and play them at any time between the mission activation and December 31st. So that's actually pretty good. So as long as you have played at least 24 days worth of gameplay, you will be able to get those tokens that you get for those rewards. However, let's talk about the daily rewards. The daily rewards, on the other hand, the grand voyage for the daily rewards, you will have access to a daily reward track. The daily reward track will run from August 6th to December 31st, and you can earn up to at least for 22,000 voyage tokens by completing your daily rewards. You earn at least 150 of these voyage tokens per day by playing a single battle. Consistency leads to success for daily rewards. Play one battle every day for the duration of the grand voyage to earn as many voyage tokens as possible. After all, you can exchange them one-to-one rate for doubloons or steel. So keep that in mind. So that's actually very good to know. And also, this reward track offers no catch-up mechanics. Daily participation is the only way to receive the maximum voyage tokens, so keep that in mind, which is actually pretty damn cool. Also, the 10-year anniversary that we've been waiting for the GQ Johnny. It's a American destroyer tier 9 that you can acquire in the game, and it's actually based on a heroic ship called the USS Johnston. So it's actually going to be a great opportunity for you to collect a naval legacy warship that you can add it to your collection, which is actually going to be pretty cool. So from August 6th all the way through to the rest of this year of December 31st 2025, complete daily tasks to fill in the event progress bar and earn the GQ Johnny. Play at least 3 battles per day to earn at least 1 GQ Johnny token. Play an additional 2 more battles for a total of 5 for another GQ Johnny token to get the ship even faster. So Wargaming will provide us more details about that. I'm actually curious about that, but that actually sounds pretty good. So in total, 180 GQ Johnny tokens is going to be required to fill the progress bar and earn the warship herself, which is going to be sweet. So we do have 180 days left to go for the rest of the year, folks. So it's time to start cracking into it. You will have at least 148 days to do it, but note that the progress is non-consecutive. So that means that you can miss days and still earn a reward if you complete the progress bar while the event is running. So keep that in mind. Earning the GQ Johnny also unlocks a special collection to complete that reward, with the opportunity for you to acquire the commander called Ernest E. Evans with enhanced skills, which is going to be pretty cool all around. But apparently there's a bit of a silver lining, which is a great one. Apparently, if you already got the GQ Johnny, folks, you apparently will be rewarded if you complete all these missions and stuff with 10,000 steel. Yes, I'm not joking. So basically, if you have done the time to do the grind and you've already got the GQ Johnny already in your port, well, guess what? 10,000 steel will come in your way as compensation for your efforts. And that is an awesome opportunity all round, and I love that idea. It is a great opportunity for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. So don't forget that you'll have a lot of activities and missions and reward tracks that can be organized and displayed on a dedicated web page, launching shortly after update 14.7 that does go live. So it does give you a bit of an opportunity for you to monitor it and keep track of things. So that's actually pretty cool. So you can actually see yourself, exchange your, your tokens for your steel or doubloons, and that can be done additionally through the armory, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, like, you can actually preview the upcoming rewards and events on there as well. So the page will be accessible from the game client, armory, and also the World of Warships official webpage as well too. So that's actually going to be great. So that is actually a great start for the 10-year anniversary for World of Warships. And there's going to be plenty more in store to get to come, and it's actually going to be some great further announcements coming from the World of Warships team, which is actually pretty damn sweet overall. And I have to say, I'm pretty damn excited about that. Now, there's something that I've been waiting to tell you, and I'm very excited about this. In the Name of Tomorrow event, well, that's actually a pretty interesting catchphrase. But I have to say that a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, 80 years ago in fact, was the end of the Second World War. And I have to say that World of Warships team, the Wargaming staff, have come into play with this by introducing 3 historically based operations alongside bringing in some brand new dockyard that I have not been expecting at all, which is going to be featuring the Tier 10 American destroyer Laffey. Yes, it's actually the Laffey. It's actually going to be a great time for you to get it. So let's get ready to dive right into this, folks, because it is a great opportunity for you. So in the Name of Tomorrow event, basically it's a bit of a tribute towards the end of the Second World War. And we are going to be prepared in a way to embark on a bit of a journey behind this, with a lot of historical stories and events, as well as, diving into with immersive operations and exclusive rewards that's going to be self-rewarding for us in the long term, including a way to gain the historical warship, the San Deigo American cruiser Tier 8, for free. Yes, I did say for free. And apparently, if you already got the San Deigo, you get 11k doubloons for that. So that's actually a great reward all round. Now, apparently with these 3 new operations, special operations that they're talking about, they're talking about Arctic Convoy, Tokyo Express, and also the Pacific Offensive. They will be available at least one at a time. So basically the first one will be Arctic Convoy, the second one will be obviously Tokyo Express, and then, Pacific Offensive is going to be shortly followed thereafter. So each of these operations will be available for 1 week and carrying specific restrictions on ship tiers and eligible nations to reflect the historical evolution of the conflict. Don't forget that if you don't have specific warships to participate in this, don't stress, folks. There will be 2 rental warships involved, which is the Tier 6 French cruiser La Gosselier, as well as the Tier 8 American cruiser called the Cleveland. Both of them are pretty good too, by the way. So you're going to have fun with that. So you could be able to participate with your friends or your family or with your streamers out there, and you're going to have a wonderful time by doing so. So it gives you a bit of a great incentive to encourage yourself to just have fun with the community. Not only that, these operations are designed for team-ups of 7 players, so you can have 7 players to have fun together with this opportunity of event, and offer a variety of mission objectives, including escorting critical transport convoys, executing stealthy night raids. Now, when you're executing these stealthy night raids, if you think about like Operation Cherry Blossom at Tier 8 back in the day, and obviously the remake version of it now, but it's still fun. So basically that you'll be demolishing, some heavy fortified, structures and stuff like that, in terms of enemy installations, as well as each of these scenarios will have a bit of a randomization objectives to keep the gameplay dynamic and engaging. So when they're talking about that, there's a bit of an interesting story about the Tokyo Express operation. So in the devlog, I noticed that they mentioned where players will be tasked with finding and destroying several targets. However, as the mission progresses and it's going to be interesting throughout the night, you'll be noticing that your visibility is significantly reduced and the targets and coordinates are approximately known. So that's actually going to be very interesting. So the allied warships that you have with you, however, will provide you with light beams increasing your visibility, and the more light beams will be turned on as the ships on both sides are destroyed. So that's actually going to be an interesting outcome. Once all targets are identified, a powerful bot ship with increased health pool enters the battlefield and the final fight occurs. That's going to be interesting. I wonder what it could be. So the victory is only secured when all these targets are destroyed and a powerful enemy ship is sunk. So that sounds pretty cool. And during the final week of all this, that update of patch 14.7, all three operations will rotate, offering you an opportunity to play them once again with expanded restrictions on tiers and nations. So that's actually pretty interesting. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there who love collecting stuff, and I know that for a fact. So basically, in terms of the collection side of things, that you can complete the Chronicles collection of 1939 to 1945 that will consist of 16 items to get. So you'll be obtaining some narrative segment which will reveal important historical details, showcase archival style video content, so archival I should say, but I have to admit though, it does give you a bit of unveiling elements to fulfill the collection as well too, so it's going to be pretty interesting. And you'll be going through a bit of a special narrative campaign behind this, you know, that will contribute towards this, which is going to be pretty cool. The progress will grant you various in-game rewards, including a thematic permanent camouflage called the Triumphant for the Tier 9 American battleship, the Iowa, and also a new enemy destructive effect called Underwater Explosion will be involved, and on top of it, that you will have a newly introduced American commander called Robert Adams to add onto the collection as well. So it's actually going to be pretty damn sweet. So just by looking at this like Underwater Explosion, it actually looks pretty cool. I actually have to say I'm pretty damn impressed with it. But I have to admit that as you go and progress through it all, I mean, like, this is, you know, the commander that they're talking about, as well as the We Did It patch. So that's interesting. You get a We Did It patch and a phosphorus bomb enemy destructive effect as well too, which is pretty unique. It's new, it's different. But wait a minute, so you get a thematic triumphant permanent camouflage for the British destroyer Balfour at Tier 9 as well as the Missouri. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it looks like we've got the Balfour here and as well as the Missouri. Now, if you don't have the Missouri from the Battle of Leyte Gulf and you complete it and you do have the camo on already, you don't need to worry about it again. But apparently if you don't have it, the camo, it's actually not a bad idea to acquire it, but you know, it could be an interesting opportunity for you in the long run. So we'll see and see. Alright, so we're coming down into the dockyard side of things, which is actually pretty cool because the American destroyer Laffey is very well known for a ship that would not die. An Alan M. Sumner class destroyer commissioned in 1944. The USS Laffey saw extensive service during the Second World War, including the Normandy landings as well as the Battle of Okinawa. Now, throughout the Second World War, it withstood at least 6 kamikaze strikes and 4 bomb hits, surviving one of the most intensive assaults ever endured for an American warship during its campaign, which is quite, unbelievable, I have to say. But as memory serves, that the Laffey in-game, though, on the other hand, is a main battery-focused destroyer with a versatile and tenacious play style. Her 127mm guns, on the other hand, have relatively poor ballistic. She compensates with a powerful toolkit, great concealment, on the other hand, for her tier, improved defensive AA, and an enhanced specialized repair systems team consumable. And on top of it all, she does provide some great variant of features, including with burst fire mechanic, allowing 3 quick salvos at the cost of increased reload. Very similar to the Johnston, so it's pretty much a Johnston at tier 10. That being said, the Laffey has short-range torpedoes and also a small hit pool for a tier 10 destroyer, so there's a bit of a drawback behind it, but there's some great news around this, that there's a time-based smoke generator that might make up for her drawbacks, enabling more flexible deployment of the smoke and also different positioning and gameplay all round. So keep that in mind, which is actually pretty cool. Now, the dockyard itself, on the other hand, consists of at least 20 construction phases. Each not only bring you closer to the Laffey, but they also provide you great rewards, and it is actually pretty self-rewarding, including the new underwater explosion that I showed you earlier, as well as, well, a lot of things that you can get out of it. So it's actually pretty cool. There'll be 18 phases that you can complete by progressing through a series of combat mission chains, while the remaining 2 phases must be purchased by using doubloons, either individually or as part of the starter bundles. So pretty much that I would probably recommend you to go with the starter bundle idea. So you got 2 starter bundles, one with 5,000 doubloons worth and the other one is 12,500 doubloons worth. So there'll be an opportunity for you to decide from that. Now, if you were to buy the individual phases, they're about like 3,000 doubloons each. Now, take into consideration that these offers are available until the 4th phase of the construction phase. So basically, you got 4 phases to make a decision and take it from there, which is pretty damn cool all around. So keep that in mind, that it gives you a bit of a good incentive to go through it all. Now, don't forget that the combat missions for the dockyard will be available throughout the update of 14.7, and it goes all the way through to 14.8, with a new mission chain unlocking each week. So keep that in mind for a total 7 weeks. So basically, you got 7 weeks to pretty much do it. It's like 2 months worth. The dockyard will be removed 2 days before the end of patch 14.8, so make it count. Now, keep that in mind that there is a content rarity system in the armory. Now, that is coming out as well too. So keep that in mind, folks, that in the armory, you'll notice that, and pretty much that you'll see an opportunity to filter it for your ships, camouflages, and enemy destructive effects as well, with rarity grades designated by color coding or in their description as well too. So this filter will allow you to sort the items through the armory on the rarity. Additionally, the rarity system will be applied in the captain's logbook as well too, so keep that in mind. So with the content rarity system and how it works, it's broken up into common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary status. So if you're unfamiliar what's going on with that, here's a bit of a link in the description down below for actually what's going to be implemented in the near future. Also, there's some great news about the content additions and changes. There'll be 2 new flags coming out soon. There's going to be one for 80 years since victory. That's to reflect on what happened back in the Second World War, and also the Auburn Festival. Now, the flag is not yet available for this, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait and see what it looks like. Now, there's also going to be an opportunity for Season 31 for clan battles that you'll see the Mahi emblem as well, so that's actually pretty cool for both the standard and hurricane version, which is pretty cool. And also there's someone out there going to be pretty excited about this, to see 4 new commanders with individual voiceovers for Athena, Poseidon, Zeus, Cassia, Marcella, Hasta, which is actually pretty cool as well. And there's going to be 3 new warships for the Italians. Now, there's a Pilus Posterior based on the Giuseppe Verde, also the Pilus Prior based on the Marco Polo, and the Oftio is based on the Tier 7 F Ferruccio, which is actually pretty cool as well. These camos look pretty nice, which is pretty cool. And finally, we are digging ourselves right into the update of 14.7 for the actual containers for the war is over for the celebrations. Now, there's actually an opportunity for you all to actually acquire some ships, but you notice something here that I'm actually pretty damn happy about, which is the Royal Sovereign as well as the Archangels, the Rodney, Belfast 43, California, Hyder, and Nelson. But wait, you get an opportunity to get the Missouri or the Balfour. So that is actually pretty dope all around. Now, if you do get that ship, let me know, because actually I'll be very excited for you as well. Now, apparently that the Balfour, the Tier 7 Archangels as well as the Royal Sovereign, you still can obtain those ships through the Admiral bundles in the Armory and the Premium Shop. I imagine those will not be cheap, but if you already have those warships or any of those ships, you'll be given at least 1,500,000 credits. So that's actually pretty cool all around. But nevertheless, for what it's worth, folks, it is actually a great opportunity to be celebrating. So yes, there's some great ships, great bundles and everything, and I have to say, for the 10-year anniversary for World of Warships is well worth the wait, and I have to say I'm pretty damn excited for you. So yeah, for what it's worth, it's great to be here, folks, and I'm hoping that you enjoy it. Let's bring on the celebrations for 10-year anniversary for World of Warships and enjoy every moment of it. Until then, stay safe and take care, everybody. Action Stations.